if you're new here, I want to kind of explain a little bit about sort of, I would say, our focus points during this meditation. And it is one, our body, connecting to our body, bringing our awareness, our attention, our clarity as really the most important first step of healing anything in the body is to notice it, to be able to go there, to be able to breathe into it, to offer your kind of your best self, your most present self to your physical body. And then another part of, they all usually happen at once in some way, but then we will also be bringing attention or focus to the heart and to our emotions, and also bringing our awareness, our attention, and our intentions for healing, for accepting, for validating ourselves emotionally into the meditation experience. And hopefully that will go on in the rest of life, not just here in meditation. And then the third sort of focus point is the central channel, or the energy, the more subtle energy system that's in all our bodies. And it really doesn't matter what tradition one comes from or belief system. We all experience energy in some way. And when we make this effort to sense our more subtle levels of energy flow in our system, it's often what leads to a really deep expansion, and also a kind of clearing, in a sense, and letting go, which then can let a lot of really healing and empowering energy in. So we're going to be looking at those 3 points: the body, the heart and emotions, and the energy system, focusing today on this idea of a central channel. And you don't have to visualize anything. You don't have to have any special energetic experience. But when I do suggest that we bring attention to that central channel of energy, I want to explain it for a minute, because the body, the emotions, that's a lot more kind of tangible. But for some people, maybe this idea of the subtle energy and the central channel might be a little new. So the central channel, you can kind of feel into it when you imagine, if you imagine like, gosh, it just feels so good to do this. You should try this. It just feels so good. And if you can imagine sort of a, I feel like now we should play Simon Says, tap your hand. Do you guys remember playing Simon Says? That would be really fun on Zoom. Anyways, that's a tangent. Okay, so if you imagine like a channel of light, like I think of it like a tube going from that place where you're putting your hand on the crown of your head, all the way down the center of the body to the space of the lowest chakra, if you're aware of those things, or just kind of your sits bones. And it's like, and some people feel it goes more to the belly, but it's just like a tube or a channel, however that makes sense to you to imagine. And don't worry about it if you don't sense anything like that. Just putting in a little bit of effort towards that is very helpful. And some will feel it like a warmth or a coolness or a movement. Some might experience a kind of light or color. And you'll see in the meditation how that presents for you, if it presents. Never worry if something comes or doesn't come as you're practicing, because that just creates sort of the opposite of what we want in meditation, where we want to relax and let go and release. And if we're trying too hard, then we can get a little attached to our effort. So I'll make suggestions, but let them just roll off you. And please always replace my words for the words that resonate more with you. And also, please never worry if you stop listening to the words and you just enter a flow of your own awareness and your own practice. That's always the most wonderful thing. And just is my volume too loud? Jeremy, can you let me know if my volume is too loud?
You are all good now.
I'm all good? Okay, yeah. Okay. One thing to kind of to kind of point out here is that it's good when we're meditating to have a straight back. Now, if you want to be lying down, wonderful, lie down, enjoy lying down, but do be aware that when lying down, it can be easier to fall asleep. So if you tend to fall asleep, it might be better to sit up. If you are going to lie down, it's a good idea to put one arm out when you're meditating, when you're lying down, if you tend to fall asleep, because as soon as it starts to drop, it'll wake you up. Unless you're looking forward to a really nice deep meditation nap, which I have been told happens kind of often in meditation group. There are quite a few really nice sleep periods for some people. And so if that's, I'm a big believer in sleep. I think sleep is wonderful, and I honor your intention. If it is to have a nice rest, then it's a good thing. And I say that, I'm not kidding. I really, really mean that. There's great meditations for sleep also. Okay. So I'm just going to check if any messages came through I need before we start. And we are a smaller group today, but Jeremy, do you think most people got the email and we can go ahead and start meditating?
Yes, and we did send out a corrected link email, so we should be good to go.
Great, great. Oh, and Diane, at the end of class today, I'll talk to you about some sleep meditations that it's not that I have like a recording or something to recommend. I just have I have several techniques that I think are really lovely for sleep that I can share in a few minutes. Okay. So just starting by, we're going to start, I had my feet on a thing trying to help my posture, but I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to start with alternate nostril breathing, and alternate nostril breathing actually really helps us become aware of our central channel and balance our energy on our left and our right side. If you have any kind of blockage when you're pressing on a nostril and breathing, do not try to like push through it. Just breathe normally between both nostrils and follow along that way. We never want to push ourselves. Make sure your hands are clean, COVID safe and everything before you touch your nose. Again, listen to your own rhythm with this. If you want to go longer, slower, or more shallow, like less length in terms of the counting of the breath, honor yourself. I'm going to do about a 4 count breath. Just, I find that helps people to learn it, and then you can deepen on your own. So we're gonna, and I do, how do I do my fingers? I do them like this. I do the thumb and the pinky, and I go back and forth. So, but much slower than that. So we're gonna begin by closing our right nostril. And actually, before you close your eyes, one thing I'm going to suggest before you start the breathing is when you inhale, watch where your breath goes. And if you can, imagine taking the breath all the way down the back body, kind of resting around your hips. Just imagine that breath kind of inside your body, going down all the way and resting there in your hips, if that works for you. So we're going to begin by inhaling on the left, inhaling to the count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Closing the left side and exhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing and exhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing and inhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switching sides and exhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing the right, opening the left. Exhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing the left, opening the right, and exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling right, and begin to go at your own pace. Inhaling on one side, taking a pause, exhaling the other side, and then inhaling on that same side, pausing and exhaling on the other side. And just notice where your breath goes as you inhale and as you exhale. And you might want to imagine the breath going all the way down and resting in the lower belly or hips as you inhale. And take another couple breaths using the same alternate nostril breathing. After your next breath, let your hands come to rest on your lap or your legs. And just allow yourself to breathe naturally. And as you exhale, letting all the breath out like a long, calming, relaxing, purifying exhale. And as you inhale, letting all the energy in through your inhale, letting it fill you. And then when you exhale, allow it to completely empty, let go, clear. And as you inhale, imagine you're filling your body with a kind of light and presence of your own awareness. This light might have a color or a texture. This light might be a kind of emotion. Or it might be without any description. It's just a sort of energy you're breathing in and letting your body fill with. And as you exhale, you're allowing anything that's unneeded by you, that's unnecessary in your system, to be released and purified with every exhale. So let's just breathe deeply for a few minutes, honoring our ability to bring in energy and to release what's unneeded by us. And let your inhale and your exhale be its own length, its own rhythm, what feels right for you today. And starting to connect with the body. Seeing if there's anywhere in your physical body that has any discomfort, tension, pain. And allow your energy, this light, your awareness to go to that place. And know that you are, by giving any discomfort or tension or pain in your body, by giving it your presence, by giving it your breath, you're beginning to release that tension. And you're bringing yourself healing. There may be a place in the body that doesn't hurt, but that you know is a spot for you where things can show up. And so you choose to go there. And knowing that with every breath, you bring yourself healing, opening, clarity, a kind of light, an energy, a frequency. And if the tension or pain or discomfort you sense in your body has a message for you in words or images or emotions, allow it to speak to you. Allow it to be welcomed. Give your presence to hearing, to listening to that pain or discomfort or tension, knowing that as you listen, you are healing, you are releasing, you're softening and unwinding and relaxing. And bringing your attention to your heart space, feeling a light or a color or a sound or a kind of pattern in the heart space. Might be an image or a word or just a knowing as you sense into your heart space. And you invite yourself to notice any emotions, any thoughts, any kinesthetic experiences. Knowing you can bring your own healing attention in the form of light or images or breath, right to that emotion, that feeling, that thought. Giving yourself permission in this meditation to feel, to think, and to know that with your attention and with your breath and with your energy, you can bring yourself healing, lightness, flow. And as you exhale, you can release any emotion or thought or physical sensation with the exhale, just letting it go. Knowing that the universe is vast and has plenty of space for anything that's unneeded in your system. In this process, you're first bringing attention, noticing, allowing there to be communication, and then bringing in the breath as a healing agent that can release and unwind and let go of physical tension, emotional pain, thoughts. And this is a practice. So as you do it, it becomes easier and easier to let go and to bring that communication and that acknowledgement into the body and into the heart. Now going to the more subtle level of energy and sensing that channel, the central channel from the top of the head down through the body like a tube, all the way to your sits bones, and imagining a light or a flow or just a sense of feeling of that energy that's not physical, it's not mental, it's just energy. And it connects every part of you, connects all the different energy centers, the emotional body. And it's also there as a kind of channel for healing. So as you notice it, you can imagine it has a kind of healing color or texture. It might flow. It might give you information of where you'd like to have more flow. And you can just bring your breath, bring your awareness to that place. And for some, everyone's experience is different. If there's no sensing, no feeling, no thinking, acknowledge that and just allow whatever is showing up to be accepted, and noticing if there's anything that also wishes to be released. And as you invite the central channel of energy to be experienced by you, allow a kind of softness, an opening, a widening of your system, allowing yourself to be you and to also be energy that connects with all energy, all life, whatever that means for you. Allowing this connection and flow and opening and softening. And if you notice the mind thinking, you can allow the mind to think. That's what minds do. If you notice the body moving or saying something, you can acknowledge the body, acknowledge the feelings, and then let them go as you release yourself into a wider, more simple form of energy. And bringing your attention to your breath, noticing where your breath goes as you breathe in, and noticing where your breath goes as you breathe out. See if you can just imagine that you're following your breath out into the room, into the space in front of you, around you. And imagine that you're following the breath into the body, just following it, the journey it takes. And noticing your heart space again, noticing any emotions, feelings, any tones of emotions or feelings or after effects in thoughts or physical experiences. And bring your kindness like a warm hug to yourself. Give yourself a very warm energy hug as you notice any feelings or thoughts as they show up in your heart space. Imagine that you're taking all that universal energy and giving yourself a cosmic hug. And ask yourself, how are you? Maybe you can nickname yourself as you speak to yourself in this heart space and listen to the answer when you ask, how are you? And bringing a very deep, tender kindness to yourself. Imagine a mother looking at a baby in her arms, her baby, and think of the same gentle, loving expression and how you can give this to yourself right now. And bringing your attention to your hands and your feet and the ground supporting you. As you breathe, feel that ground under your feet or under your body, and allow your in-breath to connect you more to the ground, and allow your out-breath to release energy out of the body, grounding you, keeping you here, solid, centered, present. And you might even be able to sense that your feet or your hands or your belly are breathing. Just imagining that these parts of your body are able to breathe in and breathe out. You can focus on one foot at a time or one hand or both. Then we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's do this 3 times together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. You might want to invite your hands to work with your in-breath and your out-breath. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes. You may want to stretch a bit. Roll your shoulders. And let's just check in with each other on how that was for you. And so we'll chat for a few minutes and then we'll do another, maybe a little less talky meditation, a little more quiet. At least I felt like I was talking a lot. I know you guys weren't talking very much, but maybe internally, I don't know. So the chat is on and I'd love to hear your experience, questions about that. What was it like to connect to the body, to the emotions, to the more subtle energy? Right. I think people are too meditative to write into the chat, which is great. Oh, yeah, you have to raise your hand to be unmuted, and we'd love to hear from you. So Jeremy, you can unmute anyone who raises their hand. In participants, you raise your hand. Very grounded, full experience. Beautiful, Robert. I'd love to hear more about that. Oh, so good to hear about Salamatu. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly, but that the tension in the back and the neck was able to release when you welcomed it and gave it permission. I think that's really important for everybody to recognize, that so often when we have physical pain, and this isn't to make anyone wrong, I've had tons of physical pain in my life. So I always feel kind of like on an edge when I talk about it, in a sense, because I don't want anyone to feel wrong for their pain. Pain is a messenger, and often it has nothing to do with what we're doing. There's a physical reason why it's showing up. But also, our reaction to it can be very helpful. So when we bring that attention and we allow our presence, whether it's our breathing or our imagination, to be with it instead of fighting for it to stop or go away, it's often that kind of unwinding and bringing in expanded energy to that area where there's pain. And I know, I understand about the mind flying all over the place. I get it, boy. I'm in the middle of a little bit of a remodeling project, kind of a big remodeling project. And when I sat down for my meditation retreat, I was so excited for the first half hour or maybe hour. My mind was like, I was like in the house, planning the countertops and the windows and measuring. And so I get it. And I think that that's why it's so important that we all embrace that it's a practice. Meditation will be different every time you sit to do it. And what's important is just to come back to yourself, to come back to that as a practice without an expectation kind of coming over you of how it should be or how you should be. Because we can really learn that way every time that we sit or lie down to practice. So good to hear that it was like exiting a jacuzzi. I love that. Oh, and I'm glad that the image of the mother holding the baby kind of resonated for you on an inner level. That's wonderful. So you guys know I'm responding to the chat in Zoom. If anyone's in Facebook, it might sound weird, but I'm reading people's chat. So I just read another incredibly beautiful name that Calliope. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And I know you, I should pronounce your name better than that. It's when I meditate, my ability to read words sometimes gets really altered. Okay, do we have any hands up, Jeremy?
No hands up right now.
Okay, and I really wanted to appreciate Camille's witnessing that felt like a shell over my heart, like it was shielding itself from me. So that's a very healing experience actually to have, because even if it doesn't feel open or warm or expanded, most of us want to have that, right? But when we feel a bracing or a shell, it's actually a really, really deep acknowledgement and truth kind of presenting to you. So the more you can witness that and bring your breath in, bring your sense of acceptance there, I think the more that will be its own very healing experience for you. I have personally felt like piercing pain in the heart when I meditated in the beginning of my practicing now about 30 years ago. I felt that for actually weeks or months. It really worried me. I contacted a lot of meditator specialists. I wasn't worried about my physical heart because I was in my 20s, but it was very strange energetically to have a piercing pain there. And I know as I've talked to many people, sometimes it can feel like an ice or a locked experience, but just know that that is the beginning of that energetic heart just kind of whoosh, expanding open. There will be sensing of pain there.
Magali, we do have a couple of hands up.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's
Calliope, are you still there?
Yes. Hi. I'm so excited being here.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
And I love your name. What a great name.
Thank you. I'm very grateful being here. I'm so happy and excited. That was an amazing meditation. The need to be hugged, and the main thing is I was uh, I was studying today about feeling significant, and when we don't feel what is happening and how we respond to that. So today, through that meditation, I received my answer that I don't need someone to tell me that I feel that I am significant, because I can take my hands and bring myself in my arms, and it was so touching. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you. Namaste.
That is
Thank
beautiful. You. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And yeah, so well said. Thank you. And sometimes I like to translate the word significance for to need to know that I matter. So how does it feel for people when they say to themselves, I matter? You know, that's a really, I think it's a really, really important thing for us to all know that we do matter and that we matter on a universal level, so that when we have a meditation that's healing or that's expanding, what we're experiencing within our system is affecting something, some energy somewhere in the universe at the same time. We just can't know exactly how that resonance happens. But I just recently read a great book called Mind. I didn't read the whole thing. I skimmed the book, but it's called Mind to Matter, I think. And it's all about all the experiments done with energy and frequencies that kind of show this. The way when you have an opening, that opening or that love you feel or that faith you have, whatever it is having an effect out in the universe. So whenever you're practicing, you're not practicing alone. And everyone here is creating that resonance for everyone else. So we all create this sacred space together. I actually thought of a name for this group. I wonder if you guys can be my first test people on that. What do you think of activation circle? Because we're a circle and I feel that we all get a certain kind of activation. So we do activation method coaching, and that's where the word activation came in. So it's a little test. You can write to me privately what you think of that. We will definitely send a replay, and we're going to do another meditation, Bernadine, so you didn't miss too much. We'll do another one now. Oh, I'm so glad, Veronique, that you felt the light coming in all your chakras and your solar plexus. Beautiful. And if you feel thirsty, drink a lot of water. When you do energy work, it can be very, very important to drink a lot of water. Okay.
We do have one more hand up.
Oh, great.
Hey, Julia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. I love that name. Hello, guys. See so many who I know already. And I probably have a question because I surprised myself. First of all, I feel all that, whatever it is. And it's really activation. The only thing, it's activated my morning emotions, which I was just had a group volunteering session closing. It wasn't something bad or stuff, but it was too emotional meeting with 15 people. And I didn't realize that I can't get rid of it. And when I get to the meditation, I was so excited, like, I'm gonna flush it out. And then I end up like relieving all this stuff. And my question is, because I get, during meditation, I even get upset myself. So I feel that energy, I feel that clear, like, and then I see myself doing this, like talking, and I'm like, and I'm observer at the same time. I'm like, what is
So
going
was there one emotion that you could kind of find more central in that experience? Was there a certain specific emotion or feeling?
Yeah, probably. Like I know I don't want to feel it. I don't see how to say, I see it's like useless of that.
A feeling of uselessness?
Yes. I don't know
Okay.
what's the name of that.
Yeah. So I think like the practice of this would be to be with that, welcome it, kind of bring your breath to it. And as you really breathe into that emotion of uselessness, then invite it to go out and be healed by the universe through your exhale. So you can work with any emotion that's presenting that you don't want to have by first you see it, you bring your attention, you listen if it has a message, you kind of, you join it. You're saying, I'm bringing my consciousness to you, emotion. You're no longer alone. But then you release it with the exhale to be with all the universe, because the universe has more healing capacity than just our system. So, but I know it's a practice. It doesn't have to be a big experience. It's a practice. And that when we do that in this kind of container of meditation, then during the day, when you notice a difficult emotion, it's much more likely that you'll be able to validate yourself, breathe, and also release.
Okay.
So I think it's great that you recognize the emotions. That's, and this kind of meditation is for that. It is for self-healing. It's not to disassociate from the self. It's to bring healing to those different parts.
That's what I tried to do. I was trying to oh, thank you so much. Because I tried to reject it. Like,
Right.
go, I'm here. I'm like, get away. Like, it's disturbing. Oh my gosh.
But sometimes, when you really feel that channel, and it sounds like you felt it very strongly, the subtle energy, that creates kind of a container for the healing to happen for you emotionally. You're really not alone. You're feeling all this universal energy, and then you can be with what's negative, what's unwanted, in a supported way. That's one way I sense that channel, is that it's there as like a support system. It's there like the foundation of a house that one can build on. But first you find, it's interesting in this meditation, because we started with the body because that's the most like tangible thing. And then we went to the emotions, which is a little less tangible, right? They come, they go, they're like all shapeshifters. And then we go to the very etheric kind of expanded energy. But sometimes when we go to that expanded energy is when the emotions or the thoughts or the physical just drop in to say, notice me. Like it's like a direct invitation to heal oneself more. So all right, let's do a 10-minute. Let's wrap up with a 10-minute meditation, and then we'll talk a little bit about sleep practices, meditations before sleep. I'm so about sleep. See, I'm wearing my Fitbit and I'm tracking my sleep every night, and I'm all about sleep these days. Okay. All right, guys. Let's just come back. And this is a really good thing to do when you take a break and you listen, and you might speak or write notes. And so your mind is active. This gives a really great experience for you to now practice going back in. And this is what you'll be doing, hopefully several times a day, taking 5 or 10 minutes to drop into your body, into your energy, into your heart. However you want to do that right now. Invite your breath to connect you to your physical experience, to your heart experience, and to your energetic experience. See what it's like as you breathe in to let that breath go all the way through your body. And as you breathe out, to let it release and purify with every exhale. And let the body speak, let the body move or shake or do whatever it's going to do. And as I say that, my body participates and shakes a little bit. So just honoring your body right now, honoring your breath. Now let's begin with our head and face, and just noticing, how does the skin on your face, ears, back of your head, top of your head, how does that outer surface of the physical body feel there at the top level? Noticing it, bringing your kindness, your attention, your caring to your face, to your head, to your scalp, to the space around your head. And then go inside, into your brain, into your eyes and face, the space inside the head. And just notice what it's like to bring your attention there, to bring your caring and your energy. And there may be a color or a sound or a light or a texture that you find healing and relaxing there in your head. Just notice that and breathe there for another minute. Softening, releasing. Imagining that you can just flow gently, easily down into the neck and throat, the shoulders, the back of the neck, the front of the neck, the collarbones. And just noticing any sense of ease or flow or color or light or temperature there. Bringing your attention and your caring and your energy. It could be in the form of a light, a color, an image. And feeling into your breath there in your throat, in your collarbone, in the back of your neck, your shoulders. And letting yourself release with every exhale any tension. And then just like the flow of honey or molasses, going down into the heart space, feeling the heart space on the inside, on the outside, the front of the body, the back of the body, and imagining a kind of light or color, texture, temperature, right there in the heart space. That's very healing and nourishing, bringing your caring, bringing your clarity, bringing your energy as you breathe there in the heart space. And knowing that any thoughts, emotions, physical sensations can be given that warm, cosmic hug from you, right from this heart, this energy heart. And again, imagining a kind of flow, like an easy liquid warmth that goes down from the heart into the upper belly, below the ribs, bringing a kind of temperature, color, light, image, and just breathing from that place, feeling in the inside of the body, the outside of the body, that upper belly area as you imagine that part of you just breathing energy in and out, relaxing, unwinding, slowing down, letting go. And allowing that same kind of energy that is slow and relaxing, and it might feel like molasses or honey, just going down into the lower belly, feeling through that center of the body, bringing any kind of light or color or temperature or energy as you allow yourself to breathe with that lower belly, that abdomen area. And as you breathe, you bring healing and comfort and clarity and knowing and relaxing. And then just letting that same kind of warm, liquid, relaxing experience to flow down through the back body, the front body, the lower back, the pelvis, the hips, into the area of that pelvic floor, the connection between your trunk and your legs, and just allowing a very deep sense of relaxation as you invite a caring, a kindness, an energy, perhaps a color or light or intention into this part of you. And imagine this part of you breathing. And when you're ready, allowing that same sense of easy flowing, relaxing experience to go down the legs, noticing where on the legs you need a little more kindness, warmth or coolness, a color or a light, inviting that energy to flow all the way down into the feet, connecting to the ground, to stability, to presence. And when you're ready, in your own way, inviting that energy to flow back up the legs, through the hips, through the belly and the trunk, into the underarms and the upper arms, through the elbows, all the way around the forearms and the wrists and the hands, and inviting a color or a light or a temperature or texture to really fill your arms and your hands. And invite the hands and the arms to breathe. And when you're ready, it may feel a little interesting, letting the arms lift up into the air, And inviting the arms and the hands to open up and just to receive universal love, universal connection, imagining that we're all standing in a circle around the world, our hands on each other's shoulders, feeling a big energy hug from each other and from all the people, all the animals, all the life on this beautiful planet, feeling that connection, and then giving yourself a physical hug, wrapping your arms around your body and taking a moment just to breathe into yourself, witnessing yourself, feeling that connection and that kindness and that love, and allowing yourself to both give and receive to you, to your body, to your heart, to your energy, to your mind. And from this place of real fullness, imagine that you can also share this love and connection with all the people in your life, imagining the names or faces or a sense of the people you know. And just extend to them the same energy and caring. And then invite the ideas of, the faces of, the energy of those you don't know. And just extending out that same caring, that same kindness to all the beings in the entire world. And take some deep breaths here, feeling this universal connection. And coming back to yourself, your body, take a minute to just stroke your hair, your head, your face. Let your hands go over your cheeks and your jaw, maybe releasing the jaw, the shoulders, down the arms, maybe one arm and then another arm. You might want to tap your legs, your belly, rub your belly, move your shoulders, feel the ground under you as you move your feet on the ground. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. And yeah, take a moment just to appreciate yourself and your practice. And we're going to turn the chat back on, and you can raise your hand in the participants. Oh, and I see my sister is here. Nice to see you here, Marisi. Maybe one day, Marisi, you can sing one of your beautiful songs in this group. I would love that. All right. So how was that to kind of touch the body at the end? A little different, huh? But I was reminded of that by the share about the importance of the self-hug. So, all right. Does anyone want to share about their experience or have a question? And by the way, I ended up kind of showing you a nighttime meditation that going down the body and bringing that kind of like honey-like experience and going into the inside of the head and the throat and the trunk and the belly and the legs and everything. That's a really nice way to fall asleep. I basically never get to my belly. I'm asleep. So you don't have, no completion necessary. You just let sleep happen. Another really nice one, I don't know if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we did a meditation group where we did, we traced shapes, right? And that comes from a sleep practice where you trace a flower on your neck. So you imagine in the throat energy center, you imagine a flower, and you imagine in your mind's eye, like your mind's eye is a pencil, and you can imagine drawing there the shape of a flower and going around each petal. And that's very good for lucid dreaming, but it's also very good for sleep, for falling asleep in a meditative state. Another nighttime meditation that's really nice is we've done this many times in this group, actually bringing a color or a light into each of the 7 energy centers, going down the body and then going back up, and allowing it to be any color or light that you want. Like you don't use the specific colors of the chakra. You trust what is coming to you intuitively. Like today I want yellow here and purple here and orange here. And you allow that to happen as you're relaxing in bed. And then if you stay awake long enough, you can go back up the body. So hopefully those evening meditations will help.
You have a couple of hands up here.
Oh, great. Let's take some of those hands.
Hey, Red.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you today?
Good.
Again this week. I wasn't able to do last week, so this was a treat. Beautiful led meditations both. Thank you so much, and thank you for the community who was participating with us today, for sharing your attention and your dedication to your practice. It was wonderful to share this with you. There was a moment when you said at the end, lifting the arms up and giving and experiencing like the around the world, putting your hand on each other's shoulders. That was particularly lovely. So thank you for that.
And by the way, that wasn't me. That was the group. The group spoke that. I just listened, you know?
Right when you get to channel things like that, it's the best. It's like, I'm just going to speak what's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, just deep gratitude, deep gratitude for your offering and creating the space for us to come together, and deep gratitude for this community for coming together. And I'm just, it's a moment of appreciation for me. I'm here. Like my physical experience, my spiritual experience, having this physical, within this particular physical body entity, I'm getting the opportunity to share this and come together with you guys right here in this moment at this time. And it's not lost on me how remarkable this is. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for being on this journey in this lifetime at this time on the planet. Each and every one of us is needed, and what we're doing for ourselves and our community is going to impact in ways that we may or may not ever know. So I'm very aware of that.
Thank you, Red. That was so beautifully said. Let's all go to gallery view. We'll keep taking questions and shares, but Red, you're reminding me just the importance of really witnessing each other and wherever we're at today, just being able to see each other, to see and feel each other's presence and hearts and kindness. Yeah. So any other hands, Jeremy?
I'll go next to Magali.
Great.
Hello. I'm so excited. And I want to say a very big thanks to you, Magali. For the first time when I start doing the meditation, it was like intellectually. I enjoyed it intellectually. And because I want to learn how to do it and to practice with my coaches. And during this period, it's like I create a kind of how I can register in my mind how to do it next time. So I said, okay, It's time now to enjoy it. If I enjoy it in the meaning time when it will necessary to do it with coaches, I will able to do it because I enjoy it naturally, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one we did with the circle around the world, and we used the shape, and it was the first time I enjoyed the meditation as someone who don't want to learn. I just enjoyed this moment.
I love it.
And after that, I got two kind of emotion that I resent. I got something in me that a feeling that I'm great. It's like I become a big ball of fire. In the same time, I feel relaxed.
Ah, wow. Wow.
And today, that was I raised my hand to say I have to share this period. And today, for the first time, I kiss animals. I never did that in the
Yeah.
reality, but tonight I embrace people and I embrace animals. I embrace
Love that.
trees, and the time that I can put my hands under the shoulders of other people. It
Yeah.
was,
Oh,
I never, I can encourage other people, maybe other people's or like me, registering what is saying in the time to share with others. First of all, I want to say enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the moment, and there's nothing we can compare with that. Thank you very much.
thank you. So well said. Thank you. And I wanted to share something with you. I don't know if this like feels right for you, but one of the things about the element of fire that
Mhm.
that I just recently learned, I didn't think of it this way before. This comes from kind of Buddhist psychology, is that fire is also joy. And it's also drive and motivation. It's the fire element in us that gets us up in the morning, excited to do something.
Yeah,
And
it's like I was running because you're talking and I feel I sweat.
you have a lot of heat, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good energy. Yeah. Oh,
Thank you
yeah,
very much.
absolutely. And I know we've done some element meditations, and maybe we'll do more of that soon. I'm loving studying the elements. All right. Any other hands, Jeremy?
Those are all the hands right now.
Those are all the hands. Okay, wonderful. And have I missed anyone's messages? I'm just gonna scroll. I don't want to go back to work, guys. I'm like, oh, this is so much more fun than the work I need to do with documents this afternoon. I need to read. I'd much rather be meditating. But I guess it's been this beautiful hour together, and I'm gonna take to heart those shares, just to be present and enjoy, just to go on enjoying all the rest of the day and all the days the way we do all share our energy. And I think in this group, we do really have a kind of connection that I keep feeling at least until the next morning after meditation group. So thank you all. And I hope you sleep well. I hope those meditations help someone sleep. I'm really hoping. All right. Be well, everybody. Stay safe and stay practicing if you can. Commit to 5 or 10 minutes a day. It makes all the difference. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye. See you soon.